Hey, look, Ross is going as a losing football program for Halloween tonight. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. He's wearing his Tennessee Titans jersey.
Oh, he had a bag over his head that said "We ass" earlier.
Oh, well, that's what did it say, Jason?
We ass.
WEASS.
Yes.
Oh, well, there you go. Ken Weaver's back behind Jason Voorhees. He's in News Closet B gathering headlines. He's got one more batch of them to deliver before we call it a weekend. My name is Matt Murphy. I'm getting ready for the Halloween festivities from later on tonight. And there's Jason Voorhees. He's behind the glass, making sure that everything that comes out of our speakers sounds as good as humanly possible and also trying to murder all of us.
I'm going to get that Ken Weaver.
Might take you to tomorrow.
It might take me to tomorrow about 7:30 Eastern.
Yeah. I have successfully made my way into my Halloween outfit.
Oh, I just figured you'd gone senile and thought it was bedtime.
Well, I mean, it's about bed. It's night outside, dark outside. My goodness gracious. Oh, yeah. That reminds me. This weekend, we get to fall back. Isn't that nice?
That's right.
That's hey, that helps me.
How does it help you?
Well, number one, an extra hour for murdering.
Okay.
Because we take spring forward off. That's like our downs off season. We got to train, chase carrots on treadmills and stuff. But, that extra hour really helps in the quota.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Also, I will be driving back from Knoxville at the time. And so that extra hour of sleep will help me.
Well, good for you. I mean, I'm glad to hear it, Jason. That's good. You think folks will Jason, in all seriousness, do you think folks will dress up tomorrow night at Neyland?
No, they're going to wear their finest black clothes for Oklahoma's funeral.
Oh, that's right, because it's, what do y'all call it, dark mode?
Dark mode.
Are y'all wearing the smoky grays?
No, we are wearing the all-black uniforms.
Okay, that's dark mode.
Yes,
my
the dark
apologies.
mode uniforms.
Okay. Do you like dark? Have you traditionally liked dark mode?
It is my favorite Tennessee uniform combination, and it is the first time I will get to see it in person.
Good for you. Good for you. I'm glad to hear it. I hope that goes well for you. Also, the murdering. I hope that goes well for you.
We're working on it.
Yeah, you're doing your best. I know you got a job to do. Somebody's got to do it.
Hey, Matt, they pay you to talk on the radio. They pay Ken to read the news, and they pay me to murder. So, how different are our jobs really?
Oh, they're very different. It's very different things.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, it's really very different. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. Robert is going to murder all of us. If Robert's still on the line, is Robert still on the line?
I hope so.
He's going to be very mad at you. You didn't tell me to go to Robert earlier, Jason Voorhees. Robert.
Can you hear me okay?
Robert, I owe you a bottle of water and an ink pen used by me for the amount of patience that you have shown in holding for as long as you have. I apologize.
No, you don't. This isn't the longest you've ever made me hold, so no, you don't owe me anything.
Oh, no. Well, I'm so sorry. Well, I'm going to give you the floor and let you talk for a minute.
Okay. First of all, if I give you a couple nickels and a crayon there, Jason, can you go after my ex-stepmom?
We'll talk rates later.
Man, I didn't realize Jason took requests. But if you take requests, your quota's you're going to fill that quota pretty quick.
The second thing I have is, thanks to you guys in the studio, I found the perfect solution for the government shutdown. It's the best solution ever. The last couple of costumes I think I saw Chad Benson wearing on the show, his clown and werewolf or whatever they were so disturbing. I bet if he just sat run outside their window, the Democrats' windows, a couple mornings when they woke up, they'd be eager to stop the shutdown just to get him to stop being outside their window.
No, they just elect him to office.
Well, maybe so. I don't know who was doing his makeup, but it was creepy.
Man, it is more disturbing than that shirt you wore before your birthday this year.
What shirt was that?
That really ugly one that we made fun of.
What? I don't remember
that. Looked like the 80s Trapper Keeper.
That was a good look. Y'all need to calm down. That was a good looking shirt.
Yeah, it was. It was a nice shirt. But,
Thank you.
I
Thank you,
gotta
Rob.
hope fun when we can.
God bless you.
But in all seriousness, though, let me grab one serious question in on here. Is there? And I asked Chris Hand before, and he said he didn't think there was. But I wanted Jay to answer this one, and y'all just didn't get to me in time for Jay to answer it. Is there any kind of legal recourse that U.S. military personnel or their families can have against Democrats for refusing to get them their paychecks because they want to fund illegals?
You know, I don't. Well, and I don't. And Robert, it's a good question. I don't think that there is. Honestly, I think that the ultimately the military will be made whole. I don't know that the military has lost pay as of yet because Donald Trump found money to fill the gap. But eventually that money will run out, and eventually you have to figure it out. But I don't. I would guess that when you sign up to be a part of the United States military, you forego any and all rights to sue said military for that sort of thing. And that's just a guess, but that would be my guess.
Yeah, I think that's what they told me when I signed up for the Air Force, because I did serve with the 33rd Fighter Wing in Eglin Air Force Base. And, oh, man, there's more stuff they had in that climate control hangar down there that is more scary than anything Halloween has. But anyways, I appreciate you taking my call. Y'all have a good one.
Robert, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. We'll get to our Matt Murphy Mayhem movie review segment coming up in just moments. Danny is next up first, though. Hey, Danny, how are you?
Hey, good evening, sir. I thought I'd take a moment on Halloween just to say hey right quick. I try not to call in often. But I'll tell you about a costume mishap I had earlier. And I just... You know how everybody's got their own issues in life, their own things to be sour about, but we always got to maintain a sense of humor. Just like y'all doing nitwits in the news, you know, and stuff like that. Because we can't take things too serious. Got to have humor, and we're all dealt what we got to deal with. And, well, I got the Piggly Wiggly flyer earlier this week in the mail, and I got some good sales on Friday, which is today, which is Halloween. And I don't normally shop there because it's another 5 miles down the road. But I went ahead and went up there today to take advantage of some of their sale prices, right? And it's Halloween and all, getting the spirit, it's okay. So I walk in the front door, and the cashier shrieked, the people in line shrieked, and then they all busted up laughing. They said, "Man, what are you dressed up as?" And then the place fell silent, and they realized I was just in jeans and T-shirt trying to grab some groceries. It's just how I look, you know. We all got our own difficulties in life, but we got to have a sense of humor about it.
Well,
right?
jeans and a T-shirt, they might have thought you were a greaser. You never know.
Never know. Lord only knows what they thought. But I guess I had a shriek and a laugh at my part. But, man, I got to look at this mug in the mirror every day.
Wow. Me too. I feel the same way.
Hey, the veteran thing, what happens, believe it or not, what he was just talking about, you swear in for selfless service, you can't sue the military or nothing. However, if someone, a family member or someone like that, has a verifiable loss or something from what goes on, they can sue the military or go after things. That's why it's very often if a veteran goes to the medical hospital, it'll be, you know, for treatment or whatever, it'll be blown off. But if they got a civilian sitting next to them, a family member, they'll care about the veteran more because they know they can get in trouble if there's a civilian sitting there. But a veteran can't do nothing. That's my loose interpretation of how it goes. I ain't never worried about it. It's always done good to me. But that's kind of loose interpretation on how that works. So
I got you.
There are possibilities on how that would work if he's actually concerned. But, yeah, you know, we all got to maintain a sense of humor. And everybody lighten up.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it light. We're gonna try to keep it a little light for the final hour of the show. I mean, we're all ready for the weekend. There's football to be watched, although I don't think I'm going to get to watch it. Ken, I think you're right, and I don't like it. I think you're correct.
What's that?
That I have ESPN. So I don't necessarily know why, but I have a subscription to Hulu and ESPN Plus and Disney Plus. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I can watch games that are on ABC. You have to have ESPN Unlimited in order to do that.
I didn't know there was ESPN Unlimited.
I didn't either. So I'm paying for For those that don't know, Ken and I are not so loyal YouTube TV subscribers. And man, oh man.
And I don't care for Disney either.
I don't either. And it makes me, I don't care for Disney. I like my YouTube TV, but these Disney folks are hanging us over a barrel. And I don't care for it, Ken. Before you go, Ken, I do need to ask you to do something on behalf of 4460.
Okay.
I'm just going to read it as written because I know you've got news to do at 6:30, and then you got to get home, got to get ready for the big game tomorrow, Tennessee versus Oklahoma.
Yes, sir.
But before you go, whenever you want to, Ken.
Yes, sir.
4460 has asked for a big Boomer Sooner.
Okay.
All right. So whenever you want to do that, that is up to you.
Boomers!
Say, that's mean. That's not. Give the man a moment. That is just you.
He's Jason.
Now Voorhees is not just killing campers; he's killing bits.
He's
I'm
killing
also
Boomer
killing
Sooner.
playoff chances.
This is kind of a playoff killer right here tomorrow. Wouldn't y'all agree with that?
Yes, sir.
I mean, the team that wins this, they've still got opportunity. The team that loses it going to have a lot to happen to keep themselves in there. All right, let's see. We do this every week at this time. It is a new segment on the Matt Murphy Radio Show. We call it Matt Murphy's Madcap Movie Mayhem. Oh, yeah. Hollywood has gone to hell in a handbasket, but that doesn't mean that they've not come out with pretty good things. On Fridays, Jackson and I challenge one another by offering a film that the other has not seen, and we challenge that we watch that movie over the weekend. And then we come back on these Mondays, and we offer a movie review. Jackson, do you have your movie ready?
I have my movie ready, Mr. Murphy. Do you have yours?
I do. Talk to me about your film. Let's go.
We are going with a movie from 2023,
Okay.
Air, the Michael Jordan Air Jordans Nike story, Air. It is on Amazon Prime. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, a really good movie, a movie I really enjoyed, and I think you will too. It's a really great story.
This is how they came. I think I remember this watching some of the promos for it. That it's like how they came up with the shoe and all of that. Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm down for that. I like Matt Damon. You say Ben Affleck's in it?
Yeah, they're all in it.
Ben Affleck's in it?
I believe so.
Oh, I like Matt Damon. Ben Affleck's in it?
Yes.
Yeah, I like Matt Damon. Is he in it?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. I like that too. All right, I'm down for that. 2023.
Yep.
Amazon Prime.
Yep.
I have no idea where my film is being presented, but I think you have all of the places to go watch it anyway. And if you have to rent it, let me know, and I'll offer you some cash money as recompense.
Then I have to rent it. I actually had to buy the box set.
Oh, did you now? And it was extra expensive?
It was $1,400.
$1,400. My goodness gracious. My film is a little older than yours. It's from 1998. It's probably a little fitting that I'm currently wearing a robe, despite the fact that my robe comes from a different movie in a different era. But this film involves mystery and intrigue and mistaken identity. It is a classic mystery told in the classic form. From 1998, I present to you The Big Lebowski. The Big Lebowski.
It's been on my watch list for a long time.
The Big Lebowski. I am a huge fan. I've always said that Stanley Kubrick is my favorite director, but my second favorite directing and writing and producing team, the Coen brothers. It is a fabulous film from the Coen brothers. It is a comedy. It is a crime drama. It's The Big Lebowski. Watch out for that pinky toe, and watch out for the nihilists. They'll get you. Are these guys atheists? No. Walter? No, Donnie, these are nihilists. They don't believe in anything. Anyway, so you watch The Big Lebowski. I will watch, what is it? Air. And we'll We'll give you the reviews coming up on Monday. 21 after the hour, Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Back right after this with more of your telephone calls on a Halloween edition of the Murphy Show. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Matt Murphy Show. Hope all is well with you. Let's get to the bottom of some of these news items before we get out of here. By the way, despite what liberals want you to say, Governor Bill Lee and others in the state of Tennessee do want to assist those who find themselves without food stamps come tomorrow. Thank you to the Democrats. It's the Democrats' fault, friends. Governor Bill Lee has announced the Feed Tennessee program, Feed TN, a new rapid response resource for Tennesseans affected by the potential loss of supplemental nutrition assistance or SNAP benefits, a.k.a. food stamps, a.k.a. EBT. Lee announced the website feedtn.org, that's feedtn.org, which will connect Tennesseans with resources and opportunities to serve. Funding for SNAP will run out. Obviously, we've been much talking about that. Lee saying in a I guess this was a videotaped message. The longer Democrats wait to reopen the government, the more delays customers can expect as the program restarts. Any remaining benefits from previous months may still be accessed in November. The governor's office stated that Tennessee is unable to utilize state dollars to provide SNAP benefits because the state lacks a mechanism to load benefits into the card that the customer carries. So here's how this works. Tennesseans should visit feedtn.org to connect with resources and opportunities to serve by entering their zip code. They will find local food distribution and volunteer opportunity, contribute directly with local food donations or financial gifts to vetted community partners, assess ready-to-use communication assets for houses of worship and organizations to inform their communities about where food assistance can be found. Friends, this is exactly the way that it should be. This is the way that it should happen. We should look to those community organizations for assistance. And if the government is here to assist in making those connections happen, to make sure that you don't go without because of a lack of knowledge, that's the best way to get it done. What we ought not do is skip the charitable component of this process, which is sadly something that happens because of the very existence of the SNAP program, because of the very existence of EBT. EBT and the government should be used as a last resort. Now, I would suggest to you, based on, information is a good thing. And so if the government is here to facilitate information from one point to another point, then that's a wonderful thing. Sadly, far too many individuals across this country, as evidenced by some of the reaction to a lack of EBT coming in November, they look at this as not just, it's beyond an entitlement. Many of these folks, not all, not even, I wouldn't even suggest a majority. I wouldn't suggest that I would know the percentage, but there's way too many people that look at this as almost a birthright. How dare you keep money away from my children? How dare you keep EBT out of my family's home? Like, what? This is a fail-safe. This is not designed to be a part of your monthly budget. Never has been. In the meantime, there is a court that has actually ordered that that the president of the United States, who does not control the purse strings, continue to fund EBT despite the fact that the government is shut down. Well, the president responded to that order, and I will tell you what that response was. That's coming up next on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. You want to get in here? Final moments of the Halloween edition of the Matt Murphy Radio Show, by all means. I'm being asked if I don't think people get my outfit. I don't think they do. Without the can of Simonized or the bowling ball, I don't think people get my outfit, but that's okay. I do have a newspaper too that I'm reading up on the Bears, the Browns, not that politics slop. 615-737-9986 as we wind down the show. where do I go? 6859. Where do I go to listen to Chris Hand this morning? Well, I would love for you to head on over to YouTube television. You can find us there. You can find us on 997WTN.com. All of our shows, certainly our local shows, from Dan Mandis and Nashville's Morning News to Chris Hand from 9 until noon, Chad Benson from noon until 3, and then yours truly, Matt Murphy, from 3 until 7 o'clock. You can find our podcast. I think it's a complete podcast, right? The complete shows are up and available on 997WTN.com. Just click the podcast link. At least last I checked, you can click the podcast link and you can find us there. We appreciate that. You can also find us on YouTube. Plenty of places to go there to find information. Supertalk 99.7 WTN on YouTube is a great resource because not only can you find the shows there, you can also find podcasting like we do All the Best Words. I have a podcast called All the Best Words with Cameron Smith where, Donald Trump, I say all the best words. I know all the best words. Well, I know all the best words, and Cameron knows all the best words, and we talk about them. The concept is simple. I bring a word, he brings a word, and we talk about those words that we bring to the table 3 times a week, and that drops. I have no idea when it drops. I wish I did, but I don't. But it drops 3 times a week, and you can find it on Supertalk 99.7 WTN on our YouTube page. There's also other podcasts. I think Dan and Chris have one dropping tomorrow morning, mostly peaceful. That's a very popular one as well. Plus, we have a lot of shorts and other things going on over there. So I hope that answers your question, 6859. Plenty of ways to find us there. Now, Afton Bain is running for the 7th Congressional District seat that was vacated earlier this year by Mark Green. Most know that Mark Green ran for re-election last year, but then decided to quit midstream to go into the private sector. And in doing so, he opened up a special election process. By now, you might know that Matt Van Epps, who was on our show yesterday, is the Republican nominee, and Afton Bain, a self-avowed socialist, is the Democrat nominee. Well, demonstrating yet again that she has no idea the constituency of the 7th Congressional District, Afton Bain has invited U.S. Representative Jasmine Crockett, to campaign for her at what is being billed as a town hall. Friday, November 7th from noon until 2, Bain will be joined by Crockett in a, quote, Tennessee town hall event. Apparently, this event is happening at Watson Grove Baptist Church in Nashville, but it is only open to registered participants. Now, they don't tell you that it's at Watson Grove Baptist Church, although it is listed on the link after you register for the event. And I know this because I registered for the event. And I received affirmative response that I would be allowed into the facility, which is nice. Join Representative Afton Bain and Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett for an exciting town hall. This is not a town hall, by the way. A town hall, you don't have to register for a town hall. You don't pre-screen people for a town hall. A town hall is come one, come all. But they say that the event will bring together community members, supporters, and local leaders for a conversation about the future of Tennessee, from protecting our freedoms to building an economy that works for everyone. The location, security, and parking details, they're told, will be provided via email once your registration is confirmed. My registration I did receive a confirmation on all of this. And I like that, Mario. Mario says, Afton Bain and Jasmine Crockett. It's a downfall, not a town hall. You're right about that, boy. You're right about that. I'm going if they allow me to go. I have signed up to do so, and I will go. If I'm allowed inside, I will report back to you this coming, I guess, Friday, the 7th. As to what I see. In her first appearance, I'm just wrapping up a couple of news stories for you. In her first appearance during the special called meeting October 30th yesterday, former college swimmer Riley Gaines and Sumner County Library Board members could not move forward with a ban on transgender books for county-run libraries. We talked about this last week, I guess it was, with Riley Gaines herself. I talked to several members of the library board offline. I talked to a couple of members of the county commission offline as well, and they thought that with the addition of Riley Gaines on the board that this would be, it was a no-brainer. Well, not so much. The 4th time that this has been attempted and it failed a fourth time. I don't know why. I've not been able to speak to anyone on this. But after a brief discussion to deter the vote for fear of litigation, the board moved forward with a vote that ended in a 4-4 tie. Library Board Chair Erica Grammer said the policy change could come back for another vote during a future board meeting. If passed, the board would add a new section to its collection and management policy titled Transgender and Gender Confusing Materials. In it, the board clarifies that no materials would be in Sumner County libraries subjecting, introducing, condoning, or encouraging a minor to identify with or live as a purported identity inconsistent with his or her biological sex at birth. The ban was set to be implemented for children and for adults. The policy would ban any interlibrary request for books containing the promotion of transgenderism or gender confusion in minors. This is not a book ban. Obviously, no one is banning books in the state of Tennessee. You can go and pick one of those books up at a bookstore of your choosing. What the library board, and they have not done this because they couldn't get it passed. It was a 4-4 tie, and I don't know why it was a 4-4 tie. I thought this would make 9 members on the board. But apparently 9 members either were not there or did not vote because of the 4-4 tie. It was a packed meeting room yesterday at Belvedere Drive in Gallatin. Before the proceedings began, about 24 people signed up to speak. They were allowed to make public comment. About half the speakers supported the book ban. At one point, a debate broke out between 2 residents, yada, yada, yada. So the idea is that we should not spend taxpayer dollars to promote these types of materials, that if people want to read these types of materials, they may do so at their own dime. And that's the idea. And I don't necessarily disagree with that. I am a little more than surprised that they were not able to get this thing passed. And then there's this. I meant to get to this before Ken Weaver made his way out of the Hizzy and onto the I-24 because he has to leave now, because if he doesn't, there's no assurity that he'll get to Knoxville in time based on having to travel on I-24. But Jackson, you'll appreciate this. They have now officially reintroduced a woodpecker into the state of Tennessee, and nobody told Weaver. The wildlife agency of the state of Tennessee, the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, or the TWRA, has not seen or heard from the red cockaded woodpecker since 1994. However, we are now told that they'll be swooping back in and will enjoy the beautiful song of the woodpecker, the red cockaded woodpecker, thanks to the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency. I hope that Ken Weaver's not listening to this on the roadways. He'll be taking up your role, Jason. Start doing some murdering. Some bricking.
I wish I could have the form of Ken Weaver with a woodpecker on some of my kills.
The Wildlife Agency, in partnership with the Tennessee Department of Environmental and Conservation and the United States Fish and Wildlife Service, announced a plan to reintroduce the species of woodpecker to the state. For those that don't know, Weaver's on record as he has a confirmed woodpecker kill with a brick. We've talked about this on multiple occasions. Governor Bill Lee called the restoration plan a biological milestone and a triumph of collaboration. The goal of bringing back a species is a career highlight for many of us, according to David Haney, bird conservation biologist with the Wildlife Agency. Typically, when a species is lost, it's too lofty a task to restore all the pieces necessary. The State Department of Conservation began restoring land and pines in the areas that were deforested and that led to the demise of the red cockaded woodpecker. But now we expect the red cockaded woodpecker to make a triumphant return, so long as Ken Weaver's not found anywhere in their vicinity. We'll wrap things up in just a moment and call it a weekend on this Halloween night edition of the Matt Murphy Show, October 31st. It's spooky on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Let me pay this off. I promised you I would. Donald Trump has responded. These 2 judges, one in Rhode Island and another in Massachusetts, are calling on Donald Trump, demanding that Donald Trump continue paying for SNAP benefits despite the fact that the government shut down and Donald Trump does not control the purse strings. Donald Trump has responded on his Truth Social platform by saying, our government lawyers do not think we have the legal authority to pay SNAP with certain monies we have available. And now 2 courts have issued conflicting opinions on what we can and cannot do. I do not want Americans to go hungry just because the radical Democrats refuse to do the right thing and reopen the government. Therefore, I've instructed our lawyers to ask the court to clarify how we can legally fund SNAP as soon as possible. It's already delayed enough due to the Democrats keeping the government closed through the monthly payment date. And even if we get immediate guidance, we will unfortunately be delayed while the states get the money out. If we are given the appropriate legal direction by the court, it will be my honor to provide the funding, just like I did with military and law enforcement pay. The Democrats should quit this charade where they hurt people for their own political reasons and immediately reopen the government. If you use SNAP benefits, call the Democrats, Senate Democrats, and tell them to reopen the government now. Here's crying Chuck Schumer's office number, 202-224-6542. He didn't say this, but I will. Thank you for your attention to this matter. That's Donald J. Trump on the issue. So he's saying that, look, he'll do it. If he has the legal ability to do it, he'll do it. Even though it's the Democrats' fault, he'll do it. I think that's a better solution than attempting to destroy the filibuster, which is a bad move, and ultimately it likely could be exactly what the Democrats want in the first place. 57 after the hour. Hey, before we call it a weekend, before we go to Halloween festivities, before we get going on our Saturday and our Sunday, let's get an Action Jackson Sports Minute. Jackson, or should I say Action Jason. You're killing it today, buddy. You're killing it.
I got to meet my quota.
It's what you do. Talk to me about this contest. There's a football contest of skill, it's my understanding, going on tomorrow in Knoxville, Tennessee. Talk to me about it.
Yes, Oklahoma travels to the Grand Cathedral of college football, Neyland Stadium, this weekend, Saturday, 6:30 Central for all you YouTube TV subscribers. Find a way to switch your cable because this is going to be a high-tier SEC matchup with playoff implications. There are playoff scenarios, playoff lives on the line. Give me Tennessee.
It's don't tell Ken Weaver I said this.
It's going to be tough to win in Neyland.
Don't tell Ken Weaver. Don't tell him I said this. Don't tell him I said this, Jackson. I'm not rooting for anybody, but I put my money on Tennessee.
Woo!
I'm just throwing it down there.
What was the spread?
2.5, 3.5, 2.5. What did I buy it at? It wasn't a lot. It was less than I thought it would be. What do you make of the Georgia Bulldogs versus the Florida Gators?
Give me the Gators. I'm just kidding.
You're so mean. I just told you that I bet on your team. I'm sorry. It's Tennessee minus 3.5.
That's a good line.
It was Texas minus 2.5 that I laid down some cash on too.
Okay. Neyland's going to be rocking tomorrow. The greatest cocktail party gets to be the appetizer.
It is indeed. Well, the real appetizer, as you say it, is the Vandy Texas game, right?
Is that the nooner?
That's the nooner, and then you go on to.
Then you get your afternoon snack.
And it's my understanding you're leaving now to go to Knoxville.
Yeah, it's time to get in the car. Got to make it by kickoff. You know how forward he gets. Plus, we got to make a few kill stops on the way.
Well, I understand that. It's a big night for you, Jason. Big night for you. For Jason, a.k.a. Jackson Voorhees, Matt Murphy, have a great weekend. Have a safe Halloween. We'll see you on Monday. Until then, so long, everybody.